Hello peeps, welcome to an outdoorsy edition of Restock. Really glad to be here again. I haven't had one of these in a while. And it's a Monday and a sunny Bucharest day. And let's take a look at what happened in the market recently, since we haven't talked. Bitcoin is sitting at 9,700 and it's been a wild ride last week with all the news that we've seen, and mainly we've had these Binance hack rumors, which weren't exactly a rumor, but it wasn't a hack per se. It was more something that some bad actors took advantage of, and that's the API connection on Binance's end. But they did a great job. Everything's fine, all the funds are safe. They blocked withdrawals for a while, so the hackers couldn't get away with it, so everything is fine on that end. And other than that, the latest news that we've seen that contributed to the decline in the Bitcoin price for a bit. Mt. Gox trustee sells 400 million in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So basically what happened was that in 2014, when Mt. Gox, the Bitcoin exchange, went into bankruptcy, all the assets were seized, including the bitcoins that the exchange had at that time, and with a court order they have to sell that and pay their creditors. And this is what happened. So instead of using an over-the-counter method, where you could just meet with someone and exchange Bitcoin or arrange some sort of transaction like that, this trustee, which is basically a lawyer who doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency, decided to sell Bitcoin on the exchanges. And of course, whenever a large sum of money is being dumped on the exchanges, a little or bigger dip happens. Not necessarily because the amount itself was that big, but just because of the FUD that gets created in the market at that point. So what happened? All these tiny pieces of news combined, the Binance and Mt. Gox thing, caused a crash, or let's call it dip, not a crash, in the price of Bitcoin. And it went all the way to, wait, it's actually here. So yeah, it went all the way here to 9,600, then it went all the way to 8,800, and now it's slightly recovering, as we can see today. We've had a good weekend. So we could say that it's starting to recover from this bad news. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Let's see what's up, if that works. Yes. So we've seen this first little crash here. Let me move my face. This little crash here to 87, and then we've seen a bigger crash to 86, and now it's starting to slowly recover. Now that's all good, but if we actually take a look at the 1-day chart, we can see that it's still kind of not recovered yet. And even more if we take a look at the 1-week chart. So if we want to see this for the longer term, let's come on. So we will see in a moment that it's not recovered yet and that we are still during a period of uncertainty. So it's there, but it's not quite there, which just means that, of course, based on the bigger trend line, so which is this white line that I drew here, we are on an ascending trend, right? But that's for the long term. That's not going to happen for maybe another month or 2 or 6. Nobody actually knows. So the general trend is that we're going up for sure. When is that going to happen? We don't know. If we take a look at these lines that I drew here, we can actually see that we are very close to either going down or going up. So we are like at a crossroads. If the market doesn't recover and if we manage to go down, then that's not good news. Then we are definitely in a bear market. If we do recover, if we manage to go over 10,000 soon, then we might see the bigger trend, which is just going to the moon, basically. Of course, nobody can control the news. I studied a bit of technical analysis this weekend, which helps a lot. I really do think it helps a lot, especially for traders, because you can actually see some trends. You can actually see how people are going to trade Bitcoin, either in a bear or bull market. But the truth is that technical analysis is not going to help that much when you have all these news that just spread FUD and just spread misinformation where, oh, Binance got hacked, everyone sells their Bitcoin. Oh, the Mt. Gox trustee just sold some Bitcoin. Oh, okay, that's going to crash the market. So this is not going to help. But doesn't matter. I do think and I do believe that we are on an ascending trend overall. I do think that nobody is going to stop this very soon. And yeah, I guess we'll see what's next. We'll see each other next time. Next time I will actually talk about some coins, maybe some new coins. I didn't think it was necessary to do it in these last editions just because nobody, at least nobody I know, invests right now. It's sort of a good time to invest, sort of, because we had this tiny crash. Let's take a look at the market again. So we're sitting at 396 billion, which is not amazing, but I mean, considering what we've seen before, this is, this is still good. It's been boring. We've had a slight dip, then a slight increase, then a slight dip, then a recovery again. I mean, this is crypto for you, but it's not amazing. It's not something that we would want to see for the next month. We would want to see go over 400 billion and then maybe go over 500, and maybe by the end of the year hitting 1 trillion. Who knows, right? I mean, it's possible. So yeah, what I'm saying is I'm not sure it's a good time to invest in new coins. You might have to wait for the market to stabilize a bit, because when the bull run is going to be obvious, it's going to be obvious you will want to invest. Then again, if you look at these prices where NEO is $91, when VeChain is $4, when it used to go all the way to $6, I think. I mean, when you look at all these prices, it's kind of hard not to go in. But then again, I would say keep your money for a bit, keep your fiat for a bit, and invest a bit later when we will be able to say for sure, okay, now this is a bull run. Bitcoin is going to go all the way up. Okay, thanks guys. I'll see you next time.